Hi there, Vibe Gardeners. Welcome to another episode of Vibe Gardening Informal Edition, where I'm going to go into how to make your zucchini squash or summer squash here into the most productive version of themselves that you can. So, with that said, let's go. So if you guys remember, last year I didn't go into too much about growing zucchini squash here, and the reason was I kind of had some failure with root rot last year. So I'm going to actually be tackling some of that, and I'm going to talk about it in this video. But the main thing I'm going to talk about is how to structurally give your zucchini squash the best chance possible. So I'm going to first go into how to get it to be more erect, how to prune the leaves properly to promote more fresh produce. And then finally, I'm going to go into a little bit about what I experienced last year and how you can prevent yourself from having disaster like I did last year. And so with that said, guys, here we go. All right, guys. So this is where the zucchini bed is, and I think I showed you guys there's about three of them in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this string that, frankly, I don't even know what it's really meant for, but there's a long stretch of it, and this is the final bit of it I've not used it yet this season. So I'm going to use this and tie it back this zucchini squash. I'm going to show you a little bit of what it looks like close up and how I'm going to get the job done. So yeah, let's go. All right, so let's go and zoom in a little bit on the actual plant. As we can see going in here, you see that branch, the long central branch coming over. It's kind of like a braid almost to the top. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to try to essentially tie it right around here. And then right here, as you can see, I already have this fence post in here. The thing is, I probably should have put it in at the point where the zucchini is much closer to it and then tie it sooner. But that was a mistake I made this year, and then next year I'm going to prevent it. And so I'm going to actually start doing that now and show you guys the end result. All right, so here it is. This is the end result. What I did was down here, I tied it to the branch itself, and I pulled it up here, and then I looped it a few times around this post. And then I did a, I think a double knot or whatever it's called, where I kind of looped it around. It's a very simple and good way of securing things in place, and that's easy to undo. All right, now that we've exposed our plant from with the leaves on the bottom, what we're going to do is we're going to prune off the bottom leaves so that they don't redirect the energy down to these leaves that are dying already anyway, and so that only the top growth are getting the energy. So we're going to take our pruning shear, like we've seen before, and we're going to basically just snip them off. All right, there you have it. Yeah, it's a lot of leaf, I know. And basically what happened here is that this right here is the most bottom fruit. And what we want to do is essentially we want to remove all the leaves right up to, actually this right here is the last one. So a little bit more aggressive, but I think it's for the better of the plant that we removed all the leaves up to where the last fruit are. And this way what happened is that we're basically telling the plant to not focus energy on those leaves and basically focus on the fruit. And of course, don't forget to compost these leaves to a compost pile. All right, guys, so I know this is probably not the prettiest, but it's going to eventually correct itself in time. And it's for the better of the health of the plant. Because what you're doing here is you're getting the leaves off of the bottom. And you're also redirecting all the energy to the top growth so that it can focus on fruiting and growing more later, the further down the line of the vine here. So this is the best way to get it more productive and healthier. And the only reason it looks so bad right now is because I waited too long. And if you don't wait too long, that's not going to be an issue for you. Now, like I said, the other thing that happened in the season last year was I had a root rot. And that's a symptom of me basically overwatering the plant. I was watering multiple times a week, and that was basically a problem. So what I'm doing now is I'm watering this thing about once a week at most, if it doesn't rain a lot. Now, if it rains a lot, obviously there's nothing you can do about it, and you have to pray there's no root rot. So essentially, this is how I'm going to essentially let my zucchini squash grow this year, and hopefully that's going to make it healthier. All right, guys. So that I hope that gave you guys a good idea of what I'm doing this year to essentially exploit what I learned last year about making zucchini squash grow better. And hopefully that's going to give you guys an idea of how to basically get it to be more structurally upright, and hopefully not do the same mistake I did of not doing this until it's too late, so that it looks kind of ugly right now, but it's going to work. And yeah, just don't water too much. And yeah, I wish you best on making the most out of your zucchini season this year. So with that said, guys, keep gardening, keep vibing. Let's go.